Coach, a game that featured a little bit of everything, but you had a lot to like, I'm guessing?
Yeah, for sure. We did a lot of things. We tracked well. We did a lot of things. Obviously, we got to find a way, to keep those pucks out there at the end. Good teams can clamp down, and we gave up a couple there at the end. But as a whole, that's a really good hockey team there. McKinnon, that top line. Our top line was great tonight. You could see, they're playing against, one of the best lines in the league. And, they carried the play for a lot of the night.
What did you see from Brady tonight, Coach?
Complete leadership. His play away from the puck is really adding to the fact. I mean, we know he's physical and he's emotional and he can make plays, but his play away from the puck has been significantly better. And they're relishing in the role of going head to head with, the team's top lines, and they did the job tonight.
How important was the production from your, I'll call it the fourth line, Dylan Gambrell and Zach and Watson?
Well, I wouldn't call them the fourth line. I'd call them an important line. They gave us all the shifts they had to. Waddy scores. It's a hard call. Norris's line all night is going head to head with those guys, but I have no doubt that Gambrell's line could have, been out there at the end as well to close it out. We had a lot of guys contribute.
When you get a 3-goal lead, is it hard to keep your foot on the gas?
No, it shouldn't be. We turned one over. The kid made a great move, and scores. But we carried the play for the longest time, and then, in the third period, we backed out too often. We have to stay on the forecheck. We got to stay hungry, but that's a sign of a team that hasn't won a lot. When you squeeze it in the third period, and as we get more comfortable in these games, and as we win a little bit more, we'll start to be more comfortable staying on the gas.
Did you hope when you won that challenge that maybe it wouldn't get to overtime? That maybe that would.
Well, for sure. I mean,
yeah.
They score one from the point with no screen there, and we get a break. And then we give the same one up, almost identical again. So, sure, those are things we can fix. But when you go through a month like we did in November, you're going to concentrate on the positives. There's been so much negativity following our team and everything that's going on that we're going to concentrate on the positives here in December. We've done some really good things. Guys are playing hard for each other. It was an exciting game tonight, and we're not going to critique a win.
Yeah. Just a few nights ago, against Vancouver, you let up, 2 minutes into it, you let up a goal. Same thing tonight, but how has the group just grown even in a couple days in the ability to reset and refocus?
I think the ability to go into Carolina and win a tough game has given us some confidence that, and given us a bit of an identity of how we have to play. Our biggest issue has been odd man rushes all year, us diving in, hanging our goalies out really. And, the last 2 games, we haven't given up many. I mean, the odd 2-on-1 here and there. I mean, that team's going to create. And, we made them really have to work to create. And if you can clog it up long enough, you can stay in games. And we've got what I think is a good enough power play to score any night. So I think our identity is we got to give up less chances, less grade A chances. And I thought for the most part we did. What's that?
How good was it to see Stützle get a break for the first goal he got?
Who's that?
Stützle.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Timmy's been really good. I mean, to put him at center, is a tall task, for a guy that hasn't played center in a couple of years. You can see he's comfortable there. I would have liked to probably get him a little more in the third, but, I mean, we give one up and we put the Gambrello line out there. You want to win the game, but it would have been nice to see him get a hat trick. But, he was dangerous. He had speed. Good for him. There's been a lot of nights pucks have gone, it could have went in for him, and they haven't, and I'm happy for him it went in tonight.
What did you think about that goal? Just seeing it on the replay, it crosses the line with the net off holes.
Well, you know what? It was funny. I seen a month ago, Tavares, I believe, had the same goal in Toronto, and they counted it. So I was fairly confident that was going to happen. It was the exact same play. He got pushed in, knocked their net off. Or else I would have thought that, it'd be no goal. But I watched the exact same thing, and a month ago, like I said, Tavares, I believe it was, and the goal counted. So I was confident that it was going to count.
ask you about that Farmington penalty? I know you spoke to the official. Did they actually give an explanation for this?
No, they didn't. I mean, the refs did their job tonight. There's nothing wrong with the officiating. I think he thought he saw a trip. Obviously, it's easy for me on the bench with the replay. That was a well officiated game tonight.
DJ, what does it say about your team? So you beat Carolina, a bit of bend don't break. They came back to tie it tonight. Same thing. Is there a shift? Have you seen a shift already that this team, bends but doesn't break?
For sure. I think we starting to believe a little bit in each other. I think our lines have stayed the same. We found a bit of chemistry here. I think the lines understand their roles. I think our defense is really. I think they took offense to people thinking that we didn't compete hard enough, and we're one of the teams that I think in this league that competes hard all the time, and that's fair. At Vancouver 2 nights ago, maybe we laid off a little bit in the third, but they want to be known as guys that work. They work in practice, they work in games, and they're starting to have fun with each other.
TJ, I don't know if you look at the Mets every morning, but to win 2 straight and to look tomorrow and you won't be last in the league, will that mean anything?
Yeah, I mean, this is the toughest month. When I looked in the summer, December's the toughest month. We got some real tough games, and then with that reschedule back-to-back while the Islanders are waiting for us, I think if we play like this and, our special teams, gets better, we're going to win more games. I mean, our goal wasn't to come in and finish 31st. We know we've been through some tough situations, losing players, COVID, but I feel everyone's back to where they got to be now. I think the guys that had COVID are starting to look like themselves. And you know what, we'll see where we are, in a month from now. But it is nice to win a couple games in a row. It's nice to have the guys enjoy a practice and feel good. We haven't felt good in a while, and we won, and then we had a day off. So it'll be good to have a practice tomorrow quickly before we get off to New Jersey, and they can come here and feel good. I mean, that's so part of sports is confidence and feeling good, and we get to enjoy that for a day.